If you are a parent, today's episode is going to be for you. We're going to be talking about 3 things your children will remember you when they grow older and how they will remember you, all those experiences, everything like that. And let's just say if you're not a parent, right? You're not a mom, you're not a dad, who knows? Maybe one day you will be. So this is good for you to still listen to just to gain some value, gain some wisdom, gain some understanding. And let's dive right in. Number 1, right? This is the first thing your children will remember you as, right? Or most likely remember you when they grow up, right? Is one, the experiences that you had with them. How are those experiences? Especially if, let's say, you have a little young child right now, like my son, he's 4 years old. I really hope and wish that when he's older, in his 20s and 30s, he remembers specifically like this time, right? You want to know why? Because like this time now, we are so active as a family, right? If we're watching TV, doing something like we're doing push-ups, we're doing sit-ups half the time. It's a lot of fun, right? It's like a little partnership. He's like my little workout buddy, right? And I always hope that he remembers that because I know that when I get older, obviously I'm on my deathbed, I'm surely going to remember that because that is one of the blessings of being a father is just like seeing my son follow through in my footsteps. I could be just doing some push-ups randomly, as we're watching TV, and next thing you know, he's right there with me, or he'll jump on my back and he wants to help out. So it's a lot of fun. But your children will always remember those experiences. So I encourage you, if this is something right? Maybe you have a child that's, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 15, whatever the case may be. And next thing you know, hey, they're in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s. They're going to be remembering the times, right? The experiences that you had with them. So what are those experiences? And look into terms of, by me asking you that question, one, kind of humble yourself. Meaning like, okay, hey, if you're on your phone way too much, I know I definitely am from time to time, running a business, it's hard, right? But hey, if I'm on my phone too much, I need to be reminded as, hey, I don't want my son to remember the experiences of just me being on my phone or me being on my computer or me being, in the office. I want him to remember, hey, us being active, us playing basketball, going for walks in the parks, going to get ice cream, donuts, spending that quality time together. So almost humble yourself, but also ask yourself, how can you improve? How can you challenge yourself? What is something that you can do differently to make sure that you improve more of that? So that way, guess what? As your children grow older, they're going to understand and they're going to have more of those, gatherings, right? The experiences, the finer things in life, right? Because you decided to step up to the plate. You decided to do something different. You decided to say, okay, hey, if this is true what Coach Joe at Hardletics is telling me right now about, the 3 things that your children's going to remember you by, then I got to make sure that I step it up because I want to make sure that I leave these experiences worthwhile so that way they always remember them. The second thing, and remember, before I even continue, this is also for myself, in terms of why I'm making this episode. I have a child, right? He's 4 years old. And so it's like I want to make sure that, the experiences that we have together and he remembers me and, his mother as, having these, family experiences together. I want to make sure that it's full of love, joy, peace, everything like that. I want to make sure that it's these amazing experiences. So don't think I'm talking, to you. It's more so I'm talking with you as, hey, let's do this together, right? Let's encourage each other to grow as parents, so to speak. The second thing, right, that your kids will remember you the older they get is the positive words that you shared with them. And I'm a huge fan of affirmations. I know some people out there might think it's a lot of woo-woo and like, new age and whatnot, just saying affirmations. I don't view affirmations that way. I know some people could, like if you're staring at yourself in the mirror and saying to yourself, like, I am a millionaire, I am a millionaire, I am a millionaire, and I have a mansion and, like all this money, like, sure, like that could be kind of, I can see where somebody could understand and kind of get turned away from affirmations because that's kind of like that fake it till you make it persona method, right? Where it's that imposter syndrome. I don't like saying affirmations like that. And I don't encourage and recommend anybody say affirmations like that because one, you are going to know if it's true or not, right? Like if you are living paycheck to paycheck and you're saying to yourself in the mirror, first thing, right? Looking yourself in the eyes as you're brushing your teeth, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. But then when the bills come, you're all, bent out of shape about it. You look in the bank, there's not a lot of money. That's going to be very hard, right? That's going to lead down a path of just like, why am I doing this? This is kind of stupid, It could be discouraging. I like to use affirmations as just saying this. Well, hey, we're speaking about if you're a parent, we're speaking about, different things like this. What if, let's just say your kid, right, your child gets a on his test at school? Would you say congratulations? Would you say I'm proud of you? Would you say I love you? You did a great job? Odds are the answer is yes. So now my question to you is, would you tell yourself that if, let's say, you got a promotion at work? Would you tell yourself and you look at yourself in the mirror and just simply say, I'm proud of you. You crushed it. You killed it. I love you, right? I think in general, guys and females have the hardest time with staring at themselves in the mirror, talking to themselves and having a conversation, and simply saying, I love you, but think about it. How can you receive worthiness? How can you receive love and abundance if you can't even have a blanket conversation with yourself about it in the bathroom of, the privacy of your own home? Let that sink in, right? So I like to view affirmations as what is something that I already know is true and I can improve on and I can grow from. So, whenever somebody signs up for Heartletics, we send them over this wristband that says consistency is key. And then it comes with this little affirmation card. And I got mine right in front of me, and I'll read the 3 that's on there for you. And by all means, take it, and I encourage you to say this to yourself because there's a lot of truth to this. Even if you're making small progress, it's still a lot of truth to these affirmations where it's not going to sound all, fake it till you make it and, this imposter syndrome because it's some truth, The first thing is I'm in the process of becoming the best version of myself. So think about that. Right? If you're watching this video, odds are you're trying to improve on your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, right? You're trying to improve on that. So it's like true. You are trying to, become the best version of yourself, right? If you're eating better, if you're being more active and getting more steps in, then think about it, right? It's true. It's not something that's fake. It's true. You just really need to remind yourself on a daily basis of how true that is for you. The second thing is, 1% better every day. Small changes over time lead to big results. And I love that one because it's a daily reminder of like, hey, we don't need to reinvent the wheel and make this complete huge jump. It can be just a small step outside our comfort zone. And the last thing is I love myself for who I am and who I am becoming. That's a very hard one for most people to say, especially guys. But hey, at the end of the day, when you get comfortable saying that, it's going to open up a lot of doorways. If you guys are watching this on YouTube right now, right behind me is next to my vision board is an affirmation board that Coach Dennis has made. And me and my son say this pretty much on a daily basis whenever he comes into my office. And I'll just read them for you. It says, I am kind, I am smart, I am brave, I am capable, I am strong, I am grateful, I am helpful, I am loved, I am enough. And I love it. I absolutely love that. I'm very grateful Coach Dennis made that for me because, me and my son, we say that often, and so it's just like the second thing that I mentioned here about, what your kids will remember you when they grow older as is like, the positive words, you have said to them. So think about that. It's just like, how are you being a better parent? How are you being a better, mother or father to where it's the words that you're saying, but also, hey, actions speak louder than words. So I like to throw this into the equation is like, what are the actions that you're also putting into the equation? What are the positive words, but also what are the actions that you're, involved in doing to show them that, So what are you telling your kids? What are the positive words, that you are sharing with them? And most importantly, it's like, hey, if you're comfortable sharing that with your kids, you should also be comfortable sharing some positive words with yourself because when you're comfortable sharing positive words with yourself, that's true confidence. It's It's not how big your biceps are or if you have six-pack abs. It's you being comfortable no matter who's around. And once again, if you have a hard time looking at yourself in the mirror, saying some affirmations, some simple ones that are true to you, right? Then guess what? Like, how confident really are you if you can't even have a conversation with yourself? So it's like those actions of you doing things. And Coach Jeremy, he's another member, he's another coach at the Heartletics. He has a video with him and his son Connor, in the bathroom saying their affirmations together, little sticky notes all over. And I absolutely love it, Coach Mike, he's another one, right? Him and his son, saying affirmations, sending a video to everybody in the community group at Heartletics. I love that stuff so much because, one, it doesn't just help, right, them, as in like the coaches, as in the fathers, but it's growing and molding more positivity, into these kids' lives. And let's face it, in today's society, we need more love. Plain and simple. That's the recipe for success, is just having more love. And it all starts with you. And then lastly, right, the third thing that your children will remember you when they grow older is simply how you handle tough situations. And I always like to say like this is that, pressure builds diamonds. That adversity, that stress, the storms, when life throws them your way, this is like the mortar, right, to that brick wall. If you're doing all the right things when life is easy, you're just laying down bricks. But at the end of the day, hey, if you're not knowing how to overcome stress and handle these tough situations, a brick wall with no mortar, you can push that bad boy right over, right? It's going to fall. It's going to collapse. But you add the mortar, it's going to make everything stick. It's going to make that building, that foundation nice and firm. And so I just challenge you is just and ask yourself this. How do you handle tough situations? Think about it. Your kids are seeing probably everything that goes on inside your house. So it's when you get the bills or there's an argument with your spouse, whatever the case may be, right? There's some stress maybe at work. How are you handling those tough situations knowing that your children are watching you? Are you handling it as, hey, this is an opportunity for me to challenge myself and grow? Or are you handling it as, this is stupid, this is dumb, this is, why is this going on to me? Why, right? Instead of saying, why me? Instead say, try me. I can get through this. I will get through this. Because guess what? Odds are, eventually, your kids are going to be going through those same hard, tough situations at one point in their life. So it's how you handle that and how you can share with them how you overcome those situations. It's giving them permission to do things exactly the same when they grow older. Monkey see, monkey do. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So it's if you know how to overcome those tough, stressful situations and you have a positive mindset, looking at more of the optimistic side of things, right? The glass being half full rather than half empty. When, life throws them eventually with some hardships, they're going to say, well, my dad handled situations like this in this manner. I want to be like him. Or my mom would always say this when life threw her a curveball. I want to start saying that too. I want to be more like her. So it's just think about it like that. And remember, this is just 3 things that I put together. I did a little Google, search and just kind of compiled from different websites. What are some things that, our children is going to remember from us as parents the older they get? And this seems to be a collective of the most top 3 things that I could find. And that's, once again, 1, the experiences that you had with them. 2, the positive words that you shared with them. And 3, how you handle tough situations. Remember, if you want to, have that change happen within the world, have that change happen within the family, I encourage you and I challenge you. It starts with you. It starts with you, leading by example. And remember, a coach is always going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's a cheerleader. And sometimes you have to humble yourself. Sometimes you have to hear something from somebody and say, you know what? You're absolutely right. I can do better. Because as I'm, making this episode and reading through this list, in my head, honestly, there is multiple things, right, on this list of the experiences, the more positive words, how to handle tough situations better, where I'm just thinking about, man, I need to improve here, I need to improve here, I need to improve here. And that's where true growth comes from. So at the end of the day, hopefully you guys got some value from today's episode. If you did, definitely let me know in the comment section down below if you're watching this on YouTube. And also, if you happen to enjoy, today's content, do me a favor and just share this with maybe another parent, or share this with a friend or family member, and hopefully, who knows, maybe it might inspire them to make a change, because that's obviously how we're going to make the world a better place. It all starts with us. With that being said, I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts.